Masolka, IB Masters Learning Center and IBMasters.com. And today we're going to look at Test 1, Section 2, number 25, which reads, "It was during that time that I read an article into co-working spaces." So what we see among our answer choices here, these are prepositions. And for a preposition, all you're doing is you're checking word choice. You're saying, does this sound right? So unfortunately, this is not as teachable as some of the other questions. I find that students whose first language is not English usually have a little bit more difficulty on these. There are many different combinations of prepositions that could go with any certain context. You could do some studying on this. There's a million different combinations though, so it's not the most efficient use of your time. So hopefully you can play this by ear and get it right. We might call this diction, meaning word choice. We might call this idiom. It's just the way the language is naturally spoken. So for example, if you say Jack and Jill had lunch on the hill, or Jack and Jill had lunch at the hill, which would be correct. So if they're sitting having lunch and they're on top of one of these, you would say they're having lunch on the hill. If we looked up the dictionary definition, we wouldn't necessarily settle on instead of at, but you gotta kind of play this by ear. If we look at the answer choices here, it was during that time that I read an article into co-working spaces. So it sounds like you're going into something, doesn't really work. I read an article about co-working spaces, so that sounds right. I read an article upon co-working spaces. So you might stumble upon an article, but you wouldn't read an article upon co-working spaces. Sounds like it might be physically on. And if you read an article for co-working spaces, it sounds like you read an article on behalf of co-working spaces, which does not really make sense either. If you like this video, you could click like, share it with someone who has trouble with prepositions, diction, word choice. If you have a question about any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, leave it in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. And click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Have a great day.